Hello, hello, good evening. Where's my sounds? There it is. So every time I unmute the main menu in this game, I regret it because it's loud. So, welcome back to Shuten Order. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday and I keep thinking it's Thursday. I don't know why I keep thinking that. I kind of wish it was Thursday already. It would mean less work still to do this week, but that is unfortunately not the case. Oh, here we are. Ah! I'm tired, as always. Doesn't change no matter what time it is. I'm always tired, it seems. But I hope you guys have been well. I left work a little early because I was like, you know what? I already have another 3 hours in overtime again. I don't need to stay that long today. I'm going home now. Like half an hour early. Which was nice. Very nice. I'm streaming right now because I don't want to succumb to the accidental nap that kind of I don't know, robs me of the rest of the evening. So I'm gonna continue playing here. I frankly don't know where we can continue. This is locked. We finished a lot of things last time, so we should to the version A. Okay, that's where we were at. We finished Ku, I think, last time. No, Teko. We finished Teko last time. With a bunch of backstory and a bunch of, oh my god, this is how everything is coming together. And now we're allowed to play. I'm hoping. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm hoping that maybe today we finally finish this route. But I have a feeling it might be way longer. So we're just gonna get into it. This should mean they meet both of them. IRL. So maybe they'll actually finally realize that she looks just like the founder because she is the founder. Okay. Crazy concept. Hi Mika, good evening. How are you? I step out of the escape pod. I'm now at a lake surrounded by a forest. I've managed to reach the shore, but I would assume that in this futuristic thing. There's maybe some navigation thingy to show you exactly where you need to go because everything's connected, but what do I know? I know it's around here, but these two guys still exist. I'm kind of surprised.
随分時間がかかったな。イオンって子はもう監獄から竜宮に戻っているかもしれないぞ。
ヒメルさん、ミコトルさん、探したんですよ。
I find it so interesting that they does not wonder where and how exactly the angels can exist. Time and time again, it's just like, wow, I've been looking for you. No one else seems to be able to see them. No one else is reacting to anything we ever say to them. They're conveniently gone anytime there's more than just one person in the room. Whatever. Maybe we're just hallucinating them. At this point, I wouldn't even be surprised. But these are some mean hallucinations, if that's the case. You just woke up. You are in a very different time zone from me, aren't you? Well, I hope you had a good rest. I hope you slept well. I got home from work. I thought I lost sight of you underground to think you were already at the surface.
二人ともどうやって地上に？
Yeah.
脱出ポッドを使ったわけではない
No?
ですよね。
我々天使には翼がある。いざとなれば地獄から天界までひとっ飛びだ。
I think you guys are filthy liars.
姫は飛ぶよりかけっこの方が好きだけどね。さあ、竜宮まで走るわよ。
はい。
So we start running. Well, they need to be more than hallucinations, though, if they keep telling us things that we don't know. Don't. A request.
お願い？
Times they are. Like, frankly, I don't ever really remember the exact time zones. I'm just like, yeah, okay, this person is a few hours away from me. When I'm at work, they're asleep, and the other way around, that kind of thing. But I can never remember, like, oh my god, are you 5 hours ahead? Are you 5 hours behind me? Or that kind of thing. Whatever.
レイ、これから君はイオンって子の研究室で死んだ教祖の記憶を参照することになるだろう。
Oh right, Teko got hit over the head in the VR thingy, and he's knocked out cold, which is not good.
はい。死んだ自分の頭の中を見るなんてなんだかおかしな話ですけど。
教祖の頭の中を覗くエリミネートコードのありかを。
Elimination code.
エリミネートコード？それはヤタの再起動コードとは別のものなんですか？
ああ、全く別のものだが、終焉を止めるためにその所在を確かめておく必要があるんだ。
終焉を止めるために？
Like at most I will know if there's people living in a specific time zone. I'm like, yeah, okay, you're quite a ways ahead or whatever. That's fine. Hi Akira, good evening. How are you? Thank you for the pat.
エリミネートコードは封印された神の力だ。そのありかは教祖だけが知っていた。
It's a power of God.
あの恐るべき力が万が一でも誤った使われ方をしたら世界を滅ぼしてしまうだろう。だからどこにあるのかを知っておく必要が。
And then
しもべれ、今どこだ？早く僕の研究室に来い。
I'm on the way, my guy. Teko Yun's voice sounded through the headset.
あ、テコさん、ちょうど今そちらに向かっているところです。
ぐずぐずするな。早く来てくれ。
This was before he went into the VR thingy. This was before he got knocked out. So I'm assuming we're gonna arrive there shortly after he gets knocked out in the VR setting.
二人？じゃあドクター江崎と無事合流できたってことですか？
ああ、僕の研究室にいる。
Two people who don't know how to talk to each other.
一刻も早く。
The call abruptly cuts off. It's really just that awkward.
というわけなんで 急ぎましょう。ヒメルさん、ニコトルさん。
I don't trust a single thing the angels are saying, though. We already know that they're not on our side. I force my exhausted body to run through the forest. Soon the battle will be over. Pure Land has been wiped out. All that remains is to reboot Yatta. Yatta. Yatta! Oh, 166.
急げ。イオンテコの研究室は最上階だ。
If only I played this game more often, I could maybe also remember how many we were at last time. I dive into the entrance of Ryugu and run up the spiral staircase.
もう少しだよ。
Our battle, which pushed us deeper and deeper underground, is now on the surface. Finally, the end is inside.
遅くなりました。
Without knocking, I jump right into the lab. Hello? I lost my voice. We arrive in Teko Ion's laboratory only for someone to fire. A mysterious girl had fired the gun. Who's this girl? Why is she firing a gun? I'd asked the angels for advice, but it disappeared again.
こんにちは、しもべレイさん。
I wonder why.
思ったより早かったわね。
A strange girl knew my name.
あなたは。
This is Dr. Izaki.
私は江崎セレン。
江崎セレン。江崎ってあなたがドクター江崎ってことですか？
They did change. Oh, that's a nice detail. They did change. Changing the background to actually show, yep, she shot the glass. That's nice. I didn't know she was a woman. Well, regardless of that, how do I interpret this situation? In front of me is a girl with a gun, Seiren Isaki. Hiko Ion is sleeping in a corner with a helmet on, and Seiren Isaki shot my head. Are you missing an eye, or is that just
教祖の頭部を？
art style?
もう役目を終えたからよ。
What do you mean?
役目？
ええ。イオンテコを電脳世界におびき寄せる餌としての役目。
Oh, so you are evil.
彼はもはやカゴの鳥。もう二度と史上最高の天才もこうなっては型なしね。
Seiren Isaki strokes Hiko Ion's cheek. This sends chills. Oh my god. 1 second. I keep losing my headphones. This sends chills down my spine for some reason.
何？
I can't comprehend what I see. Seiren Isaki. What is she?
何をしているの？
つまり俺が黒幕ってことだよ。
Huh? I hear a voice, one I never thought I'd hear again.
空耳？
But it was very clear, as if he had come back to life.
空耳じゃないぜ、レイさん。俺なら目の前にいるじゃねえか。
What the fuck? Huh? The eyes are different colors. This is...
クー君と同じ？
not just the eyes, but the facial structure too. And... and the scar in his hand. And the guns he used. Everything is the same as cool.
本当にクー君なの？
ああ、
What the fuck? The person in front of me nodded while speaking in 2 different voices.
私が
大月クーだ。あんたと一緒に地下を旅した大月クーだ。
How's that word? What the hell? Sharing is caring. I don't know about that one. I mean, it makes for a cool reveal, the whole, oh, she now takes her mask off and actually turns out, I don't know, maybe they shared both bodies. They transplanted parts of them into the other so he could live longer. His original body was definitely shot to shit with his illness. Having looked off of Kusanagi, then ran down the hall struggling for breath. She was heading to the prison hospital. That was where Ku had been hospitalized. Several minutes had already passed since his heart stopped. If she was unlucky, Ku was already... But running, she prayed to make it on time. She had to. She couldn't lose him. Not Ku Otsuki. But why? But what she saw when she reached the ward.
19時32分。ご臨終です。
This man has every hair color under the sun. See, I was like, oh, okay. He originally has blue hair IRL, and his online persona thingy is blonde because they were like, yeah, he makes his persona look whatever he wants it to be, so we're not surprised. But now his actual real life hair is supposed to be red? Come on. Was Ku's lifeless body, his face covered in a white cloth. He was silent and lay completely still. The OG has been dead the entire time, and she's using what she gathered with her whole online blah 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 stuff and put it into her own body, is what I'm assuming happened. She couldn't believe that just moments ago they were riding his motorcycle together.
Ku-kun.
最善を尽くしたのですが、もはや心臓が限界だったようです。
Oh man. Nope, not the button I wanted to press.
よかった間に合ったのね
Also not the button I wanted to press. Sorry, hold on. Okay. Dennis stood there in utter shock. Ku didn't move an inch. He was clearly dead. I'm sorry, it must be distressing to not have been present at his passing, but he was grateful to you until the very end, so please do not feel regret. Glad that I made it in time. A gunshot reverberated throughout the room. I can't read today. The doctor slumped to the floor, dead. Oh man! He's already dead. 3 consecutive shots rang out his tail and shot the doctor again and again. She wanted to ensure that no one would see what she was about to do. Girl, what the hell? Now with the second corpse in the room, she pulled the cloth from Ku's face. As she did, she saw the face of an innocent boy. He had red hair and freckles. He didn't resemble his avatar in the slightest. Well, the mole below his eyes, I guess. It was a completely different person. Ugh. Zidane opened his right eyelid and put a spoon inside. That. Ew! 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 Ah! Okay. Okay. So she transplanted one of his eyes into herself. That's. I mean, it's not the first time I've seen it in a game. Whatever, but ew. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. You'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird it happened twice. She gouged out his eyeball as if carving a melon.
鮮度は大丈夫みたいね本当に間に合ってよかった
Girl, what the hell? Yeah, you're telling me there's not a single drop of blood on that eyeball? Yeah, whatever. She had Ku's eyeball in her right hand. It was equivalent to having his ID. In her left hand, she held a nerve chip. Thanks to her research, she had almost perfectly recreated Ku's personality inside it. With these...
くん、私の研究に付き合ってくれてありがとう。私の心臓を使わせてあげる。
You're fucked up, little lady.
まずは素材を用意して。
Oh, you're fucked up.
片方の眼球を入れ替えて。うなじから脳にチップを差し込めば。ほら、新たな大月空の出来上がり。
So it's just two personalities living in this one body now because she's like, oh, I know exactly how her brain works. I perfected this. By replacing her eyeball, she obtained Ku's biological ID. Inserting a nerve chip into the brain allowed her to obtain his personality itself.
フェーズ4、大月空のスタートよ。さあ、起きなさい、クーくん。
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Mel. I think as soon as she, I don't know, leaves this room though, it's gonna be fine. She's not gonna mutilate any more bodies. Or eyes. In the prison records, Satan died that day in an accident. On the same day, a prisoner left the hospital. But who... But who died down there with us then? She only has the one body. If one body was in a prison when Teiko got there, what fucking body was following us? Below. The fuck? Okay. Ooh.
ああ、なんで俺こんなとこにいんだ。
Kuotsuki was standing in the prison hall. He couldn't remember why he was here. He felt dizzy, but he gradually began to remember.
そうだ、俺昨日の夜に退院して。
Fucked up. That's fucked up. He was cured thanks to the latest medical treatment device by Seiden Isaki. He was discharged and now he was heading to work. He was dispatched to Ryugu, the lab where Seiden used to work.
恐竜のいる場所か。上等じゃねえか。しゃあ、働くぜ。
Ooh! He shouted to lift his spirits. With his healthy body, he was ready to work. Who digested that feeling for a moment? He had no idea what awaited him, but he was sure he would figure it out once he started working.
俺の償いの道が。
Ku ran towards his dream of redemption. He had no idea that while clinging to that dream, he himself was also dreaming. It's an interesting idea put forth. Oh, yay! Seiden Isaki's story is over. A new episode has been added to Kuotsuki's story. Ah. Alright. Sure. Oh, it was 167. Now, huh.
変わりなさい、クーくん。
Yesterday at about 3 p.m., I suspended Kuotsuki's personality and rose to the surface of his consciousness. I dug out the communication device I had buried in a warehouse to contact my comrades outside.
私よ。作戦は計画通りに推移している。
You're the leader of all of this. Oh, fuck. Okay, I did not see. No. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I did not see all of that coming. I genuinely thought, okay, obviously she has some kind of plan. But I really thought she would help us out. But she's the one who devised all of this. Good, okay.
ああ、すでに包囲は完了だ。 あんたが突入を指示してくれたら、総員玉砕覚悟で竜宮にぶっ込むぜ。
Now I feel extra stupid about the time when I was like, oh my god, she like Ku and her are both so small. Yeah, obviously it's one and the same body.
そうでは5分後に突入を。地下に入り込むまで決してイオンテコに侵入を悟られてはダメよ。
ああ、分かってる。この日のために散々訓練を重ねてきたんだ。今さらヘマするかよ。
エレベーターで地下に降りたら経路は必ず全て爆破するのよ。警備省とイオンテコが地下に入り込めない状況を作り出すのが
And she would
こ
know
の
of
作
these
戦の肝なのだ
secrets.
から。
She worked here before.
その辺も抜かりはねえよ。あんたが各社に作らせた武器もたんまりあることだしね。これさえあればどんな経路も大崩落だ。
There are uncountable people that loathe Teco Eon in this country. I fueled them on by funding them and providing weapons for terror.
地下の封鎖が済んだら各所に仕掛けておいたバーサクを私の方で起動しておく。
The sound these cubes emit affects the nerve chips embedded in the animals, overriding our command.
一斉に動物が凶暴化するからあなたたちまで餌食にならないように十分に注意して。
ゲノムを改変された生物兵器が凶暴化とはおっかないね。でもよ、そういう汚れた命に鉛玉ぶち込むために俺たち
動物は地下を守る最強の門番。それが狂えば竜宮は丸裸も同然。他のセキュリティについても問題ないわ。すでに地下の警備室は全滅させておいたから。
Without them, the security robots can't do much. As chaos breaks out, they should malfunction.
あなたたちを邪魔するものは何もない。ただひたすらに
What
最深部を目指して進みな
does
さ
she
い。
want to do?
ヤタの元にたどり着いたら爆破、もしくはポートにキーを差し込めば私たちの勝利。
Why would she want to destroy Shuten, though?
ヤタは機能を停止して終点峡谷は絶滅を跳ね返すことができなくなるわ。
It doesn't matter how, as long as Yatta is halted. The plan can be altered on the go.
万事了解。ありがとうよ、江崎博士。あんたが同志になってくれなかったら俺たちは
It's a sign holding
看板掲げて抗議するだ
protest
けのデモ団体で終わってたぜ。それが今や終点橋に絶滅をもたらす正義の使者だ。やってやるぜ。汚れ切った命を浄化して清潔な地球を取り戻してやる。
They call me one of them. I suppose in some way that's true. We do at some point want the same thing. But the destination is different. Their goal is to end the SHUTEN order. My dream doesn't end
で
there.
は手はず通りに
Is your dream to put
幸
everyone
運
into
を祈ってい
VR?
るわ。
Or... My work is done. If I were to go any more sit in Isaki, people could get suspicious. So... Back to Ku it is.
戻りなさい、クー君。
That's fucked up! I pull deep into my consciousness again. Giving control to Kuotsuki. And he does not worry about these weird steps where he doesn't remember anything. He's just suddenly somewhere. That's okay. Interesting.
嘘だ。そんなはず。クー君の正体がお前なんて。クー君は償いをしようと
信じられないでしょ。それこそが大月空の力なの。自然と他人の懐に入り込み信頼を勝ち取る天
And you
然の
made
人
good use
た
of
ち。
that.
竜宮の職員も警備員もイオンテコでさえも誰も大月空を疑わなかった。おかげで私は着々と準備を整えることができたわ。人望豊かなトロイの木馬、 私にとって大月空という人格は敵陣に入り込むためのツール。
This girl hiding in Ku led the heretics to us. But wait,
だったらどうしてクー君は私と一緒に京都を追いかけてくれたんですか？
Kuotsuki definitely chased after the terrorists of Seiden Isaki. She's just putting out her own fires.
そこは私の唯一のミス。私の読みでは大月空は資材倉庫でこの騒動をやり過ごすはずだったの。生き残って路上の家族のもとに帰るために。
But Seiden Isaki's reading was off. Whose morality made him jump out of the warehouse? Morality. Morality? Morality. He saved us. And he even sacrificed his own life, or so I thought.
あの時はさすがに危なかったわ。でも間一髪のところで
Okay, you
体の主導権を
literally
奪い
just
返し
swam
たの。
away and then went to go to the prison while the guards stalled. That's great.
私は海を泳いでなんとか浜辺にたどり着き、エリア8の隠し部屋に残されていた脱出ポットをお先に一つ拝借したというわけ。
Come to think of it, one of the pods had already been used, so Seiden Isaki had used it. Ah, it was all there! Then Seiden Isaki returned to the prison and reunited with Teiko Ion. Then she returned to the Yuga's Seiden Isaki. Teiko Ion is now trapped in cyberspace and is stopping Yatta from rebooting. The scale is suddenly so huge, both the size of the plan and the span of it, completely beyond what most could do. But why would she go through such...
あなたはどうしてそうまでしてヤタを破壊しようと、そんなに終点峡谷が憎いんですか？
Seiden Isaki spent all this time and effort just to destroy Shuten. Why the obsessive hatred?
いいえ、私はただ恩返しがしたかっただけ。
The favor?
恩返し？
How is destroying the world returning a favor?
私はかつてイオンテコによって見出され人生をもらったの。その限りなく大きな恩を返したかった。なのに彼は私のプレゼントした電脳世界を受け取ってくれなかったわ。リアルの方がいいんですって。私にとって恩返しは全てなの。私からの贈り物を拒むなんて許されないわ。滅ぼすことにしたの。終点峡谷を。
Imagine she gives you something for your birthday and you're like, "Aw, thanks, but this is not really what I want." And she's just like, "Oh, but you need to take it. I cannot accept you not accepting my gift. Fuck you," and kills your entire family. Hello?
リアルが消えれば電脳世界に移り住むしかなくなるでしょ。
Mm-hmm. To accept her repayment, she did all this for that? That's crazy. Risking the lives of countless people. Playing with the life of Kuotsuki. And destroying the entire world.
さあ、ヤタが止まればいよいよフェーズ6、天地開闢のスタートよ。滅びかけたこの地球を生贄に捧げ、我々は新たな地平を切り開くの。イオンテコは創世神に、私はそのパートナーとして共に世界を運営するの。
Absolutely not.
永久に。
狂ってる。
I can't let Seiden Isaki live. She really will end the world if we don't end her first.
お前だけは絶対に許さない。
Even if she looks
Yoshinasa
like Ku.
Yabona
Oh, I didn't
Manewa.
read that.
敵対するより私についた方が賢いわ。
I will not.
あなたも私の電脳世界の一員にしてあげるから。
お断りです。 誰がお前なんかの。
いいの？この誘いを断って。もしも私の世界の一員になれば大月空と再会することだってできるのに。
Didn't Itsuki held up a case with a single
あ
chip?
なたの知っている大月空は元来意識だけの存在よ。このチップが健在である限り何度だって再生できる。
I can see Ku again. How could I refuse? I give anything to see him again. I don't know. I'm not so sure we actually do know Ku, because the consciousness is just what she took from him. Is that actually the same person? In a different body? I know. I'm not doing that.
いくら会いたくてもお前の手を取ったりしたら。
レイさんはすげえ。まさに正義の味方だぜ。
私はクー君を裏切ることになる。
Who called a no-name like me a champion of justice? He believed in me, so I will never join you. And
どのみちお前を倒せばそのチップは手に入る。
そう、残念。あなたのような変わり種も新世界に欲しかったのに。
just you wait, Ku. I'm going to save you. As soon as the power of God destroys Satan Isaki. Alright, let's do it! I like that we're just straight up using it. No holds barred, just get fucked. Thank you for the idea time. We missed. I don't know what happened. I can't comprehend it. The power of God activated, but it blasted away. Not Satan Isaki, but the chip.
そんな。
I
どうして？
had a clear shot at Satan Isaki's head, and yet
どうして神の力がクー君を破壊するの？
神の力？大層な物言いね。あなたの使っているその力って単なるハッキングでしょ？
hacking.
神の力がハッキング？
No, that can't be true. The power of God is a supernatural miracle. Is it? God has helped me with so many miracles.
とても高度な P2P アーキテクチャ。その気になれば誰であろうと壊せるし操れる。
Something, all of those animals have chips. As we've established, they have nerve chips, that's why they act like this. And you get to use the power of God to control exactly one animal at a time? How is that different to hacking? Yeah, that makes sense.
あなたが地下で恐竜やサメを操ることができたのも脳のチップをハックしていたからでしょ。本当に素晴らしいスキル。真っ向正面から抗うのは私でも分が悪い。だから大月空のチップをあらかじめデコイ化しておいたの。あなたが私にその力を使ったら代わりにチップが壊れるように。
What on earth is Satan Isaki talking about? There's one thing I know. But my hand, I'm going to strangle her. Do it!
共に旅した男の子を殺した気持ちはどう？大月空は少々老いたが過ぎた。私の体を勝手に使って死にかけるなんて。この貸しはきっちり回収しなくてはいけないと思っていたの。だから殺すことにしたの。大好きだったレイさんの手で。
What have I done? I can't believe I killed Ku.
そんなに青ざめなくても大丈夫よ。
This man has been dead the entire time. Do not listen to her lies. This man has been dead for over 4 years now. The kind of weird personality chip off him is not the same, in my humble opinion, but what do I know?
あなたもすぐに 同じところに送ってあげるから。
Hey, look, Ray, there's gullible written on the ceiling. What? Where? Still, Isaki points a gun to my heart. Point blank rage. There's no escaping. I didn't even consider it. I'm sorry, Cool. I couldn't do as he wanted. In fact, I finished him off. I'm an irredeemable fool who deserves this. You're not irredeemable, but I won't lie, you are a fool. I gave up all hope and closed my eyes. Not resisting, just awaiting the end.
さようなら、レイさん。
Yeah, I don't think so. Hello? Oh shit, what? That time, when I was sinking to the bottom of the ocean, I lost everything. My side wrapped in white
あな
light.
たの物語はもうおしまい。
A voice sounds from somewhere. My consciousness melted in light, fading to nothing. I became nothing, not even knowing who I was. I'm going to disappear. My will to fight it gone. My will to fight it gone! No, that makes sense. My will to fight it gone, I accepted my destruction. But
嘘ついたら針千本のマス。
the pinky I crossed with Ray that night, that kept me tied to this world. Focusing on that pinky, I was being brought back. Who am I? Kuotsuki. What am I? A hit-and-run scumbag. Why am I alive? Well, that's obvious. To help the person who hugged this pathetic criminal and saved my soul. Kuotsuki is right here. Keep going. Don't give up. I ain't dying here. I give my all to reach the surface, for their sake. That's Kuotsuki's.
償いだ。
Woo! As my face burst to the surface, I find myself in darkness. Up, down, left, right, all darkness. There's no one, no sound.
なんだよ、ここ。
A hidden area near you. I was in area 8. Just then. A sharp pain runs through my head. A whole avalanche of information comes roaring in, and everything becomes clear. That's right, I'm not the real Kuotsuki. The real me. Died a long time ago. Died from a heart disease long ago. That's what I'm saying. The genius made a personality just like the original Kuotsuki, and he sold it in me.
すっかり騙されたぜ。
I'm disgusted to think that was my first love. Professor Isaki only thought of me as a tool all along. She used the personality from Kuotsuki and used it to get into the Yugo. She destroyed everything. She did one unbelievable act of evil after another, and now... she's trying to kill Ray.
さようなら、
They.
レイさん。
おい、やめろ、やめやがれ。
I scream from within as loud as I can. Kill Day. I will never let that happen. I swore that. Doesn't matter who it
俺が
is.
必ずぶっ殺す。
I'll burn my soul, give everything. Anyone who hurts him. So cute that you still think Day is a man.
絶対ぶっ殺す。
I take back control and point the barrel at me, at Professor Izaki's heart.
なぜあなたがまだ私の中に。チップはすでに抜いたのに。
チップだ。そんなちんけな機械は俺じゃね
The chip might have given birth to the fake Kuotsuki,
え。
but
失敗したな、江崎博士。俺の心を真似るなんて、そりゃ最悪の握手だぜ。魂は心に宿る。あんたが胸に宿したハートの中に、俺の魂が居ついちまったんだよ。
is this also funny considering that we're still under the assumption if this was your first route, you're still on the assumption that these people are human. But they're not, they're androids. So frankly, I'm like,
私の心臓を情報記録媒体と解釈することでキャッシュを残したということ。亡霊の残りかす風情に計画を邪魔されるわけには。
Shuten Isaki fights with her all. I will not give her control.
亡霊だか残りかすだか知らねえけどな。俺の中にある思いはいつだって一つだぜ。レイさんを守り抜いて世界を救う。俺にあるのはそれだけだ。
ねえ、やめて。そうだ、取引をしましょう。
I don't want to.
私を助けてくれたらあなたを草薙で再生してあげる。
I don't want to.
あなたも知っているでしょ。私は決して恩返しを忘れない。
You have very weird definitions of how you're paying back your debt, so no.
永
No.
遠の楽園を約束してあげるから。
I couldn't help laughing. If you think I want that, then you're no genius, you're a dumbass. I know something even greater, something more than eternal bliss. Hanging out with they!
取引でしか幸せを語れない哀れなあんたに教えてやるよ、江崎セレン。
I put pressure on the trigger.
本当の永遠を何度死んだって消えやしねえ。やめ！魂の熱さをよ。
Fucked up. The second her heart is shot by her own hand, I feel Shuten Isaki's presence leave this body. And I find myself looking up the ceiling. I don't have the strength to move, not even a finger. I'm pretty confident in my ability to fight at death's door, but there's no getting out of this. I'm not afraid of death. I've died so many times, it's relieving to get it over with. There's a gaping hole in my heart, but I'm filled with a sense of accomplishment. Taking Shuten Isaki along, I was able to help they. That's more than enough for me. That's enough, but
クーくんねえ、クーくんなんでしょ。
yes. That is a cool. They is peering into my
どう
face.
して君はいつもそうやって私のために自分を犠牲に。
Because he's still just a side character, and you're the main character. Like, I'm sorry to say, but apparently everyone who's on the side paths does not matter for the overall story in the end. So, whatever.
レイさんに見とってもらえんのか。
That's a hell of a bonus. That's the best way to go. It's kind of a waste on scum like me.
な
Aww.
んで君はいつも私のことばっかり。
The tears streaming from his face warm my exhausted soul. It's so warm.
ね、クーくん何か言い残したいことはない？
Being asked that I tell the Street Game my last words, asked Nate to show me his real face. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Just one last thing I'd ask
レイ
him.
さん、素顔見せてくれねえか。
I want to see his face under the mask before I go. I must be a kind, attractive face. It's the face of the founder, my guy.
あんた、うわ。
Yep. The shock almost made my gaping heart stop all over again. I've seen his face all over town. On TV, posters, the newspaper, flyers. No doubt about it, this person is... the founder of the SHUTEN Order.
大月クー、
The founder called my pathetic name.
終点教団教祖の名のもとにあ
Aww.
なたの罪を許します。決して己の罪から逃げず、泥にまみれても決してくじけることなく、ついに贖罪の意志を貫き通したあなたの魂は浄化され、牢獄から解き放たれました。もう何者もあなたを縛ることはできません。とこしよく頑張ったね。 クー君、君は帰れるんだよ。路上の家族のところに。
すげえ。
The highest person in the country, the founder, took off his mask and showed himself to me. He forgave my sins. I want to die with this joy overflowing me, but I have one last thing to do. If Rei is the founder...
レイさん、あれを。
I must owe my remaining strength to point.
あんたが教祖なら、あのデバイスで天の世界に。中にイオン所長が。頼む、助け。
うん。必ずテコさんを救い出すよ。今度は私が頑張る番だから。
俺もついて生きてえが、さすがに限界だぜ。
うんうん。離れていたって私たちはいつだって一緒だよ。だって私たちの魂は小指と小指で結びついているからね。
That is kind of sweet, I won't lie. Always together. My soul is linked with him. That's relieving. As I relax, my vision fades, with my eyelids never to open again. But I wasn't afraid. My soul is linked with Rei's. Plus, these guys are all with me.
たく、いつまで待たせんだよ。
俺らがどんだけ待ったと思ってんだ。
悪い悪い。
I love and run to my family.
恐竜に乗って旅してたんだよ。なあ、誰が一緒だったと思う？
寝ぼけたこと言ってねえで、とっとと行くぞ。
Come on!
しっかりしてくれよ。エースのお前が頼りなんだからよ。
今日も戦闘頼んだぜ。
おう、任せろや。お前らは全員俺が守ってやるからな。
I get on my trusty bike and ride off with my friends. Where should we go today? I'm free to go anywhere, because my very soul is with they. Aww. They look so starved because they are. I mean, these are the kids that were living on the street with him. They don't just look starved, they are. Kuwatsuki's story is really over this time. Proceed with Tiko Iyun's story. Oh my god, no way. Are we getting somewhere? No way. Alright. There is... Oh, 165. Oh, 160. Yeah. Just a few years after the founder said she would form a country, she established Shuten. The absolute leader, the founder. Competent ministers to support. People who worship the founder. With these three pillars joining hands, we built a uniquely peaceful nation. While not flawless, our foundation was solid. With the foundation solidified, the next step in nation building was further development. To support the nation's development through science, I established Ryugu and focused on research. My goal is to fill the Earth, now in its extinction period, with life, to make the Earth a happy planet again. However, it didn't go as planned. I fell into a severe slump. I had no motivation, no ideas came to mind. This was equivalent to death for a researcher. My ideal research environment was going to waste. Why was I so demotivated? To find the cause of my lack of motivation, I analyzed myself and quickly found the answer. I was fulfilled. Shuten had everything my past self desired. A peaceful nation without conflict, an ideal research environment, and above all, trustworthy friends right beside me. Friends just a step away. Friends I could meet anytime and talk with until dawn. And my longest standing friend, an ally with whom I built the nation. My soul was already fulfilled. It's no wonder my hunger was gone. Once satiated in the present, one can't move on to the next life. At that rate, I wouldn't.
お願いテコ、地球をまた幸せな星にして。
I wouldn't be able to keep my promise. It's unacceptable. Her order means everything to me. So I made a decision. I destroyed perfection with my own two hands. What is wrong with you people?
今後、僕を友人だとは思わないでほしい。
That night, 25 years... 25? What? That night, 25 years ago, I called the father to the cathedral and ended our friendship.
せめて理由を聞かせてよ。どうしてテコは私を切ろうと思ったの？
The reason is obvious, to fulfill my promise with you, but I couldn't say that to her face.
ダムができると川は濁る。流れが滞ってしまうからね。
ダム？
簡単な比喩だよ。流れを取り戻したいのなら、ダムに穴を開けなくてはいけないって話。
To break the stagnation and fulfill her dreams,
僕は
I...
今から君が一番大切にしているものを奪う。長きにわたった君との友情を。
Since then, I only talked to her when absolutely necessary. Our smooth, harmonious world broke apart like China. And then, as planned, I regained my motivation. My research advanced rapidly. One success after another in strengthening life. I even resurrected dinosaurs. Though I did face many troubles along the way, I'm getting close to completing my research. Just wait for me, Founder. Soon. I tell you soon. I fulfilled my promise. Perhaps this was self-satisfaction all along. I mistook a means for an end somewhere. I started my research to make you happy, but I made you sad in the end. Those priorities aren't aligned. That's why it's natural for you to resent me. I'm sorry I'm a plague. It's my fault you died. All of it, all my fault.
ごめんよ。本当にごめん。
At 25 years? You were presented to us as a child. What do you mean 25 years?
ごめんなさい。
言ったろ？君を憎むことはないって。
Yeah, but that has to be the case for everyone. If they established Shuten 25 years ago, no one here looks that age. Hearing her voice, I opened my eyes, and there was Dei Shimobe with his kind smile. No, it's not him. This isn't Dei Shimobe. It's his body, but this feels like...
誰よりも己を殺し、誰よりも私を思い、自らのすべてを投げ打って、私を幸せにしてくれた優しいテコ。そんな君を憎めるはずがないじゃないか。
My former friend, disguised as Dei, speaks words of forgiveness.
私はいつも願ってる。今度はテコが自分自身の幸せを追い求めてくれますようにって。心から。
Right, that's what I'm thinking. Like, maybe this is just the bodies they've established as androids. Why would they change? But still, what?
僕は君に
I must say something. Oh, shit. I'm too flustered to say anything properly.
テコ、どうか自分の信じる道を歩んで。約束とか責任なんてどうだっていい。自分が一番幸せだと思える選択を。
The founder, seeing how I'm struggling with my words, smiles at me once more. She speaks her final words.
そう、あれかし。
What the hell? The Kayun story is over. Proceed with the Shimobe story. What? Oh, ha ha! Uh-huh. Uh-huh. 165. In the dream, I'm standing in ruins. I look around and give a dejected sigh. I went all this way to inspect a potential site, yet it was worse than expected. The houses are rotting from the foundation from exposure to bad wind. Not a single blade of grass grows here. No wonder they abandoned the city. It's ruled by death. We wanted to build a country here. Geographically, this area is definitely the best, but it's completely polluted. Polluted. The building could be reused if we reinforce it, but it will rot again regardless. Pollution is obstructing our progress. The whole world, so to speak, is an enemy of the SHUTEN order. Annihilation from all directions. And then, I suddenly have an idea.
Ah, そっか。全てを拒めばいいだけの話じゃないか。
If the world is rejecting us, then we also need to say goodbye. Yes, we should. We will go to Amano Iwato.
いつまでのんきに寝てるつもりだ。さっさと起きろ。
Hello? Let me smell my memories, brother. I still know nothing about this world. The sound of yelling wakes me up. What I see is the exact opposite of my dream. A lush world. Animals. Lush greenery. Animals roaming the meadows. Is this the Ryugu? No. The Ryugu is a lot smaller.
そうだ。私、電脳世界に。
Hi, good evening. I dove into cyberspace through the device on the founder's head. Yes, it's all to save someone.
テコさん、やっと会えましたね。
This is the man who guided us, a disembodied voice. It was only yesterday. It feels like an eternity ago.
It feels like an eternity because for all of the cool ideas the game puts forth, it unfortunately kind of loses itself in exposition. Exposition is the wrong word. It loses itself in trying to tell us a story in a very convoluted way, in a very boring way, unfortunately. Which is not to say that, oh my god, there can be no funny scenes in between the whole everything is breaking and falling apart, but time and place, and this game does not know where to put those scenes. I don't know.
え？あ、はい。私がしもべレイですけど。
うん。確かに君はしもべ。そのとぼけた間抜けさはしもべでしかありえない。そうか。なるほどね。
Heavy hand in some areas? Yeah. Like, I mean, frankly, the entire bit with Ku and they working their way through here, trying to stop the heretics, blah blah blah. It just took so long for no reason when you know that they're actually under a lot of pressure. They need to get places fast, and then the scenes take forever without anything really happening. He's rude, but now's not the time to fight.
そうだ。状況を共有しておきますね。簡単に言うと、ドクター江崎が裏切りました。
Yeah, who could ever have seen that one coming?
全ての黒幕はあの人で。
Oh, I have to admit, I did not see it coming. I thought she was genuine on our side, so I'm a little miffed. I tell him about Dr. Isagi's plan. Kaseda and Isagi was inside Ku. And how Ku thwarted her too.
江崎が黒幕か。まあそんなところだと思ったよ。僕はあいつに恨まれて当然だからね。
Tikuya did not seem shocked in the slightest.
本当はうすうす感づいていたんだ。江崎が怪しいことくらい。僕の頭脳と渡り合える天才なんてあいつくらいのものだから。なのに、僕はその可能性から目をそらした。取り戻したかったんだ。自分が切り捨ててきたものを。一度失ったものは取り戻せない。うん。 それは絶対の摂理だ。覆すことはできないはず。そうだ。ところで君はこの電脳世界についてどう思う？
I mean, it's pretty, but it's not the real world.
え、ここですか？
Some question took me by surprise.
ここも綺麗ではありますが、私はやっぱりリアルの方が好きですね。竜宮の草原に寝転んでたウサギさん、可愛かったな。
そうか。まあきっとそう言うと思っていたよ。僕もリアルの方が圧倒的に好きだよ。生命にしろ大地にしろ、あの手触りはやはり電子では再現不可能だ。諦めきれるはずもないんだ。僕らは地球の大地を駆け抜けてきたんだから、取り戻したい。あいつに命あふれる幸せな星を。
He may appear to be a calm, rational guy. In truth, he may be more stuck in the past than anyone else. In a sentimental, real world, speaking of the Earth.
テコさん、教祖はどうやって終点峡谷を建国したんですか？
The dream makes me curious.
教祖が終点峡谷を建国するとき、町は廃墟同然でしたよね。あんな状態からどうやって町を再建させたんですか？
それは終点橋の根幹をなすトップシークレットだ。君に話すわけには。
Yes, you can.
と言いたいところではあ
It's
る。
me. I did it.
まあ君になら話してやってもいいだろう。ここまで僕を迎えに来てくれたせめてもの礼だよ。
I have a feeling that there's some hidden meaning in those words.
端的に言おう。僕らは建国時、世界に別れを告げることにしたんだ。
端的すぎて意味がよく。
文字通りの意味だよ。この国は要するに。
Are we on the moon? And then, fuck!
こらー、お前ら何をのんびりしているだりか。
Are we not on Earth anymore? Maybe? I hear a voice from somewhere. Ada's face popped up.
あられ？どうやってここに？この短時間でセキュリティを打ち破ったのか？
A voice I'd hope never to hear again. After this round, we're free. After this round.
この短時間？何を寝ぼけているなりか。今何時だと思っているなり。今は1月4日の深夜なり。これ以上は床を保たせられないなりよ。
嘘。私がここにフルダイブした時はまだ3日の午後3時くらいだったのに。
やられた。江崎に内部時間を加速させられていたんだ。ここで過ごす数分は外の数時間に値する。
どうしてそんな。
Reminds me of one of those. You think it's an isekai thingy where they go into the game world, but it is not. In Infinite Dendrogram, they play a video game and they kind of go over there fully, but they can log out still. They can go back to the human world and whatever and live their life because time inside the game passes more quickly. Like, I don't know, 6 hours pass in the game and they go back to the real world, not as much time has passed. For once, it's that way around, which is very funny. I started reading the light novels for that one some years back, but I've forgotten pretty much everything. I don't know. I'd probably have to reread them. It's still ongoing, but it's a nice take on the whole. Oh my god, we are somehow going into the game world without them losing their human bodies. They just say, haha, you can go back to the human world, but time passes more quickly in here. Ooh, you could miss important things. Wow. It was relatively well written. That is indeed a voice. Yes, it is.
僕を浦島太郎にするためだよ。江崎は僕を完全に外の世界から切り離すつもりだったんだ。
How do we get out? Unfortunately, the settings only give you the option to turn off the voices completely. No, not even that. No, yes, you can turn on the voices off, but only all of them. Not just the one. Communication with Adela abruptly cut off. Must be the security. Not good. At this rate, Yetta will stop, and a temporary body has until sunrise on the 5th, and yet...
早く脱出を。でもログアウトってどうすれば。
落ち着けしもべ。君ならそれくらい簡単だ。空に向かって VVIP 権限を要求しろ。およそこの終点橋に存在する全 AI は君の要求を飲む。
Like, there's those visual novels that have it where you can change voice settings for every single character, which we did in the Flowers games, for example, because god fucking damn it, her voice is so quiet. We had to turn on everyone else just to turn one character's voice up more, but here's either all voices or none. VVIP privileges. Wait, I've heard of that.
VVIP 権限を確認しました。機密情報をアンロックします。
アンロックします。
VVIP 権限をください。私たちをここから出して。一刻も早く。
I'm back to the sky. Then, the next moment. A white light envelops the world.
VVIP 権限を
It
確認
actually
しました。
works!
スペシャルオーダーを承認。フォースドログアウトを開始。
I would have bet that she maybe put something in there that you can't log out once you're in. But I guess... I mean, to be fair, she did know that Day is the founder, from what we've seen. She wouldn't have known. So why would you think someone has the ability to request VVIP privilege in here?
自我、パージ、身体感覚、
Paji.
エクソダス。
In an instant, we were thrown out of cyberspace, and... Yay! Woo! The extra V is something, yeah. We woke up in the lab. I pull off the device on my head and run to a Teco Eon's PC. The restart code entry screen is there.
テコさん、早く答えを考えてください。早く、早く。ヤタが止まっちゃいますよ。
うるさいな、肩をゆするな。手元が狂うだろ。
True, we still don't know the password. We, the
大丈夫。
player.
答えはすでに分かってるんだ。僕は草薙で聞いたんだ。
What is it?
教祖の思いを。
Friends forever. Oh, it would need one more block, and Friends Forever would actually fit if you write the 4 as a, you know, the number 4. Friends Forever. Damn it.
テコならすぐに解けるクイズだよ。私に悲しい思いをさせた張本人なんだから。
悲しい思い。
あの日だよ。大聖堂でテコと最後に話したあの夜のこと。
So what is it?
このヒントは他ならぬ僕に対するメッセージ。僕ならすぐに気づけたはずの。
I can't read it, unfortunately.
叫びだったんだ。
And they have not told us what the hint is in
あの日
English.
大聖堂で僕が切り捨てたもの。それを英語に変換するだけ。そう。答えは
Friendship. That's what he gave up. Okay, friend. Well, at least the friend part was correct. It's not friends forever, it's friendship. Okay. Interesting that they would put it in there in English. Hi, Yompi. Good evening. Friendship, huh? Tekoyon types that in. There's no response. Is that the wrong answer? If that's the case, the world is... At the next moment. Next moment it's glowing! I imagine I had that much budget at least. No, I mean, he did say something about typing it in English, so I'm like, okay, no, it is supposedly friendship in the original as well. This is not just for the English version. It's just like that. Hello, hello. The screen emits a bright light. It hurt our eyes. Do we do it? What the fuck? Woo! Adana tells us the restart is complete. A huge brain glimmering and glowing is on the PC screen. Seems like we just managed to foil Sid Isaki and Pure Land's plan to shut down Yatta and destroy the world. This time, the battle is over. I know it in my head, but my emotions haven't caught up. There's too much to take in. But the joy slowly dawns on me. We... Why are we hugging a corpse? I report my victory to Ku. I hug Ku's body to share the joy. Ku's life was lost, but it wasn't in vain. The soul he left behind is still with me. He had my back.
And you, Pinky.
Ku, of course, can't say anything, but I feel like he's smiling at me. Just like then. And so, the 3-day battle against the terrorists came to a close. I really want to share the joy of victory with Tiko Ion, but there's still one thing left to do. Interrogating Tiko Ion, to uncover the truth of the murder of the founder. Yeah, the main thing why we came here. January 5th. 140. What happens in that hour? Why does it go from 165 to 142? Who's dying? And why? So many of them. In 1 hour.
Teko-san, お疲れのところすみません。こんなところまで来てもらって。
いや、構わないよ。僕も少し外を歩きたい気分だったんだ。
I mean, we've already established that we all think it's the remaining humans, right? Because they keep hiding the fact what they're counting down towards, but we all think it's the remaining humans. But why would so many of them die in the span of 1 hour? I chose a forest in the suburbs as the location for my interrogation. I wanted to rent a lab, but Diego was under reconstruction. As an outsider, getting in is too much work. January 5th, when the sun rises, my temporary body will decay. Unless I find out who murdered the founder. I'm sorry.
それでは早速取り調べを始めさせてもらいます。でもその前に一つお伝えしたいことがあります。私はこれからあなたを教祖殺害事件の犯人であると仮定し、もしかしたら尋問に近いようなことをするかもしれません。
For one of the remaining groups have been wiped out by something or another. Yeah, I'd imagine. If there's only... we saw earlier, when they talked in the cathedral, it was actually 669 people. Since we're assuming it's the humans, and frankly, at this point, yeah. 25 years ago, there were 669 humans still. Now we start with 170 something. And then it goes from 165 to 142 in the span of 1 hour. These last few remaining humans are probably... That's the thing. Are the heretics human or the androids who are against what we're doing? That's something I'm unsure about still, actually. But no matter what, because otherwise the count would have had to go down with all of the heretics already, and not just suddenly after we're basically done on this route. But I imagine these last humans are probably, I don't know, somewhere hopefully below the earth in a dome of some kind, something they built to keep safe. They just need one person in there. They just need one thing, or one person to get infected with some kind of illness, and this thing will spread and take all of them out. Maybe it's something along those lines. Humans trying to take back control of the android kind? Maybe. Maybe. If push comes to shove, I lose the power of God. I can't hold back right now.
でもどうかこれだけは信じてください。取り調べの結果、あなたが教祖殺害事件の犯人であることが私は決してあなたを憎んだりしません。
a little angry.
軽蔑も多分しません。
I've learned over these 3 days, Tiko-Yin is a man of action. He would even kill the founder if he had to. But despite his methods, he always has a just cause. Tiko-Yin is not a rogue. That's why it's tough. I have to accuse my partner who fought so hard with me. And
儀式の総仕上げに犯人から君自身の魂を奪い返さなければならないんだよ。犯人を殺すって意味さ。
if he really is the culprit, then I will have to kill him.
呆れたな。最近の探偵は容疑者に気
I
を
don't
使う
think it
のか。
was him. Like, he's involved, yeah, but I don't think he directly killed her. That's not the type of guy he is.
あなたは容疑者であると同時に仲間ですから。
だからこそだよ。仲間だからこそ気を使う必要はないんだ。
え？
僕も君と同じだ。この取り調べの結果、もしも僕が教祖殺害の犯人として取り押さえられたとしても、僕は決して君を憎まない。だからしもべ、クールな頭脳と圧倒的な偏見を持って全力で僕を糾弾しろ。
Okay, never mind, he's making himself very much out to be the guy who murdered her.
探偵とは、最低者とはそういうものだ。
I feel my heart going a mile a minute. My back straightens in preparation. What sort of detective gets encouraged by their suspect? You're not an actual detective. As a detective, I must focus on nothing but the truth. And if that's what is required, then maybe I need to accept that fate. Among that truth, if it's actually necessary for me to be revived as the founder, if, like with Teko Eon, there's justice in it, then I must, even if that person is someone so dear to me. I laser focus my gaze onto him. Finally, the interrogation begins. Woo! What kind of person is the suspect, Teko Eon? First, let's go over that.
テコさん、科学省幹部であるあなたが竜宮で長年取り組んできた研究について改めて教えてもらえますか？
僕の研究内容は簡単に言えば生物の強靭化だ。その成果については君も知っているだろう。
ええ、地下で嫌ってほど体感してきましたからね。
Tigers, dinosaurs, sharks, chimeras. Biggie creatures continuously attacking us. The memory makes me shudder. And he had all these creatures because...
ヤタを守るためには最強の門番が必要だった。
I find it interesting that we're pressed so much... that we're pressed for time so much that we still don't know what exactly this thing does, aside from, oh yeah, it will end the SHUTEN order. Yeah, but what is it?
だからテコさんは生物を強くしたんですよね。
ああ、ヤタは終点鏡の根幹とも言える装置だからね。並大抵のセキュリティではとても守りきれない。
Why? But there's another reason he's doing that, not just to protect the Yatta. He once said,
動物たちを強く強く進化させればさせるほど近づいてくるんだよ。
Teko Eon's new world. It's Earth in its past state, an Earth full of creatures. An Earth full of creatures.
テコさんは命あふれる過去の地球を取り戻したかった。だから強い生命の誕生を求めたんですよね。
I think both of these would have given you the same option. Both options would have given you the same result.
外の過酷な環境にも負けない。
La criaturas! This guy wanted to see it again, the world he and his friends lived in. That should do it for basic information. Now it's time for the murder case.
テコさん、単刀直入に聞かせてもらいます。あなたは大晦日の夜、
Did you or did you
教祖を
not?
殺しましたか？
いや、僕はあいつを手に
I'm not saying that I was involved, but I
あ
didn't
い
do.
つの死に僕が関わっていないとは言わないが、事件への直接的な関与は全面的
What
に
the fuck does that mean? The suspect denied the allegations. To overturn a denial, you have to encircle them with your deductions. I asked about his alibi. I decided to ask about his alibi on the day. The dismembered body of the founder was found in a park on the morning of New Year's Day. So the founder was
大
murdered.
晦日の夜、あなたはどこで何をしていましたか？
I mean, yes. We've been aware of the fact that he did not kill her directly, but like, what does he mean by he was involved? Like, what was he doing? He clearly knows that something happened.
その質問に答える前に僕から一つ情報を提供しよう。
Oh.
目撃証言？
Ah, that it?
大晦日の午前0
Ah,
時
no.
頃に
Okay.
大聖堂の警備を担当していた夜警が祈りの間から出てくる教祖の姿を目撃しているらしい。
If you didn't see a face, that could have been literally anyone wearing that cloak. I said this the first time around as well.
教祖は手ぶらで清掃だったそうだ。フードを深くかぶってうつむきがちに歩いてい
Head
たら
down,
し
hood
い。
down over the eyes. Come on, this could be anyone who generally fits the hide or whatever.
それ以後、教祖を目撃した者は？
いや、現状それが最後の目撃証言だ。
What if this is the murderer? They killed her and took those clothes and left. Boom. Easy. If this is true, then it's a big hint. But
でも、フードを深くかぶっていたってあたりが、夜にフードをかぶっていたら顔が確認できないんじゃ。
ああ、誰かが教祖になりすましていた可能性はゼロじゃない。
なら正確には午前0時に教祖らしき人物が目撃されたってことですか？
そういうことになる。そして現状、その人物が本当に教祖だったか否かを確定する手段はない。というか、まともに捜査の進んでいないこの段階で確定できる情報なんてないに等しい。偏見に満ちた推論を積み重ねていくしかないんだ。
推論を積み重ねる。
hypothetically, if it was the founder the watchman saw, that would mean the founder was murdered between midnight and 6 a.m. The murderer killed the founder somewhere in the city and scattered the corpse around the park in the morning.
テコさん、情報提供に感謝します。
6 a.m. is morning.
改めてアリバイを確認させてもらいます。大晦日の午前0時から朝6時まで、あなたはどこで何をしていましたか？
その時間僕は竜宮の研究室で政務に励んでいたよ。年末は何かと忙しいんだ。
それを証言してくれる人は？
一応あられは一緒にいたが、あいつは日付が変わる前に寝落ちしていた。
アリバイはなしと。
I don't need actual evidence to claim Teiko is the culprit. I need more information. The suspect denied the allegations. To overturn a denial, you have to encircle them with your deduction. Okay, okay. What's those? All of them.
あなたと教祖の関係性について聞かせてください。
I need to know how they got along. This is vital. It confirms if he had a motive.
あなたと教祖は終点教発足前からの長い付き合いだと聞いています。それだけ付き合いが長ければ、その相手を異性として意識したり。
Hello?
その質問に答える前に君に一つ忠告しておこう。教祖の性別について軽々しく口外しない方がいい。それはこの国のトップシークレットの一つだからね。
We're both pretty much aware who the other is at this point. Like, he definitely knows we're the founder, so like, come on.
教祖の性別ってそんな重大な秘密だったんですか？
Yes!
ああ、公式の記録では性別非公開となっている。カリスマ性の演出を目的に教祖自身の発案でずっと秘密にしてきたんだ。僕は付き合いが長いから教祖の本当の性別を知ってはいるが、あいつを女性として意識したことは一度もないな。
ではテコさんにとっては教祖はあくまで友達ってことですか？
I'm actually a little upset that they're translating it like that. Because you could have taken this entire thing, not because it's wrong, but you could have taken this entire thing and said like, oh, I've never looked at them in a romantic way. But no, they're making it very specifically like, oh yes, you've never looked at them like a woman because you're not interested romantically. Implying that as soon as it's a woman. You know, it's just very straight, which is a little sad because they already have the entire, oh yeah, hiding gender to for whatever other reason, but then it's still such a straight way of looking at it.
あいつは僕の友達だ。いや、友達だったという方が正確かもしれないね。終点峡谷建国後は個人的な付き合いは立たせてもらったから。
それはなぜ？
国の象徴である教祖は民を平等に愛さなくてはいけないからだ。あいつに友達なんていちゃいけないんだ。
That's stupid. The founder shouldn't have friends. I felt my heart ache. Perhaps the founder in me is grieving. The founder must have been sad that Teiko Ian cut her off. That's why. She set the Yatta's reset code to friendship. Someday, Teiko Ian may type these words for me. Those words.
教祖に絶交を言い渡した夜、あいつはとてもショックを受けた様子だったよ。
I can still be upset about it, Mel. It's like they go in one direction where it's like, oh yeah, cool, we're playing with gender a little bit, fine, but we're still writing text like this. I'm just a little surprised that the translation specifically did not change anything about this, because from a lot of other texts I'm like, okay, I think they're very liberal in the way they translated some of the lines. So they could have changed that up, but no, they just took it exactly as it came, which is fine. They could have just made it better, in my opinion.
あの時に気がついたんだろうね。教祖であり続ける限り、自分は誰にも頼れず、誰かに助けを求めることすらも許されない。ああ、あいつを孤独に追いやったのは僕だ。僕が絶対的な味方であり続ければ、あいつは死なずに済んだかもしれない。あいつの死の原因を作ったのは僕なのかもしれない。そういう意味では、僕は今回の事件に深く関与しているとも言える。
So there was indeed a strained relationship between Deco Eon and the founder, but he doesn't have a motive. The suspect denied the allegations, blah blah blah, about the cathedral.
教祖が最後に目撃された大聖堂ってどういう場所なんですか？
文字通りの聖地だよ。教祖は一年の節目節目に大聖堂で祈るんだ。民の安寧と平和を。
I don't actually know who exactly is responsible for the translation, funnily enough, since it seems to have somewhat been done in-house. Oh, it's not surprising. Did I say it's surprising? It's not surprising. I'm just saying it could have done better. Differently. They could have done differently.
祈りが毎年の恒例行事なら、教祖がそこに来るのを見越して、くせ者が入り込んでいたって可
I'd
能
assume
性
the
は
entire
ない
place
で
is
す
closed
か？
off if the founder themselves is in there.
その可能性は低いだろう
High
ね。
security.
大聖堂は非常に警備が厳重なんだ。出入りする際には僕ら幹部も厳重な本人確認とボディチェックを受けることになる。
procedures.
チェックを受けずに大聖堂に自由に出入りできるのはこの国でただ一人、教祖のみだ。
Cathedral even executives couldn't bring in a weapon, so it's unlikely the founder was murdered here. No, there's not enough information to build a case against Tico Ian. His alibi and lack of motive isn't enough. Any tidbit of information. I need to somehow pull it out. Ooh! We're asking about both of these.
そうだ。テコさん、エリミネートコードってなんだかご存知ですか？
I sent a remember and ask on a whim. After all, the angels asked me to investigate it.
何としてでも見つけ出してほしいの。エリミネートコードのありかを。
どこでその名前を？いや、知っていて当然だったな。しかしその話ぶりだと エリミネートコードの名前は知っているのに、それが何かまでは知らないってことか。
はい、そうな。
記憶喪失というのは本当なんだな。エリミネートコードは分かりやすい言葉で言えば封印された神の力、全てを消し去る力だ。
全てを消し去る力。
もしも敵対勢力に奪われたりしたら、
I mean, we've heard that
この国は
before,
間違い
but what
な
does
く
that
終わ
mean?
ってしまうだろうね。
Mikotoro also said that the code had world-ending potential.
つまりヤタと同じレベルの重要度ってことですね。
Touch the right a little further down as exclusive fixes. Yes, yes. And even with all of those fixes, there's still so much just, you know, spelled wrong or whatever, but okay, okay.
ある意味ではそれ以上のものだと言えるね。
The spelling mistakes don't even bother me that much because I'm just like, yeah, okay, it's a big script, it happens, whatever. What actually fucks me up more are the weird line breaks time and time again.
そしてエリミネートコードのありかは教祖だけが知っていた。3日前、犬神さんに中央公園へと招集された時、教祖の死体と対面した僕はすぐさま死体の各断片を見分し、エリミネートコードを探したんだけど。
Yeah, absolutely. No worries. Thank you for looking it up.
それらしきものは見つからなかった。
そのコードは物理的なものなんでしょうか。暗号って線は。
いや、エリミネートコードは物理的な情報記録媒体に入っているはずだ。以前教祖はこう言っていたよ。
エリミネートコードは肌身離さず持ち歩くようにしているんだ。この国で一番強い私が物理的に守っていればコードを奪われる心配はないからね。
だが教祖は無残に殺されて、コードは姿を消してしまった。教祖の胴体と一緒にね。これは仮説に過ぎないが、エリミネートコードは教祖の胴体に隠されていたのかもしれない。そう考えると教祖の胴体だけが持ち去られた理由にも説明つくんだ。
つまり犯人はエリミネートコードのついでに教祖の胴体を持ち去ったと。
それどころかエリミネートコードを奪うために教祖を殺害した可能性すらある。エリミネートコードの行方について現時点で僕が言えるのはこれくらいだ。せめて教祖の胴体が見つかればもう少し可能性を絞り込めるんだが。
世界を滅ぼす力を持ったコードが行方不明って相当まずくないですか？
Well, they haven't used it so far, so maybe they don't know how?
世界は
その点は問題ない。エリミネートコードはそれ単体では用をなさないらしいんだ。
Okay.
本部にある開かずの間に入り込まれさえしなければ
What
コード
now?
は決して発動しない。
それ本当に大丈夫なんですか？本部の警備って
The
割
fuck
と
is
ザルだった気がしますけ
where?
ど。
Even I managed to get in.
ああ、だからセキュリティを固めておいた。今ならネズミ一匹通さないよ。
Are you sure?
たとえ相手がどこかの
Are
神
you
の
sure?
力の持ち主でもね。
Any tidbit of information? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I found his head.
そうだ、テコさん、例のものは持ってきていただけましたか？
ああ、もちろんだ。ほら。
Asked Teiko for information about its founder's head. Teiko complied and brought a 3D scanned image. I started to inspect it. The more I look, the more I see myself in it. This person is indeed me. I definitely died. And yet...
教祖って本当にボーイッシュな風貌をしてたんですね。これじゃあ男か女かわからないや。教祖が女だと知ってるのってもしかしてテコさんだけだったりします？
ああ、僕以外は誰一人として知らないはずだ。 おそらくほとんどの民は教祖を男だと思い込んでいるんじゃないかな。教祖は案外秘密主義者なところがあってね。一度秘密にすると決めたことは徹底的に隠し通すんだ。
I mean, it's still surprising to me that of all people, the doctor did not know either. That's crazy. Teko Ion's the only one who knows the founder's secret. They really were that close. Biography of Teko Ion. Motive and alibi at the time. Elimination code, the head of the founder. I've looked over the situation and gathered evidence, but I still can't connect the dots. How do I find the truth with this? How do I... Can I really solidify Teko Ion as the...
しもべ、上を向いてみろ。
What? Why? I look up at the sky full of twinkling stars.
僕らのちょうど真上のあたりにひときわ強く輝く星があるだろう。あの星の名前は空。
Are you sure?
一等星空だ。
空くんの名前。
世界を救ってくれたあいつへのせめてもの報酬だよ。これは正式名称だから、あいつの名前は永久に残り続ける。
Teko Ion gives an uncharacteristic laugh.
あいつは持ち前の運転テクでついに天にまでたどり着いたというわけだ。こんな恩赦を勝ち取った囚人は歴史上あいつ一人だけだろうね。
Good for him.
まったく成り上がりにも程がある。まるで神話の英雄じゃないか。
Aww.
あんな綺麗な。
Despite being in the middle of an interrogation, I couldn't hold back my tears. This is too big of a surprise. Who ran around underground for redemption is now way high up.
ありがとうございます、テコさん。空くんを天に昇らせてくれて。
いいんだ。こんなの大した手間じゃない。あの空はある程度は僕の裁量で模様替えができるからね。星の一つくらい簡単に。
We're definitely not on Earth. What are we saying? What?
星を増やせる？さすがに冗談ですよね。
Teko Ion may be a genius, but rewriting the universe is something else. Surely he must be joking. Then... Teko Ion snaps his fingers. The stars brighten in response. That can't be coincidental. Teko Ion really can add stars.
まあ要するにこういうことだ。
Shiro Akashio made an image appear from his terminal. It depicts this very city. It says Shuten. Tried to combine city and Shuten, and out came Sitten. The city is covered by a huge roof, like an umbrella shielding it. But this metaphor is clearly contradictory. The sky hangs above the country, but there's no roof over us.
竜宮の天井に映し出されていた空を覚えてるだろう。あれのスケールアップバージョ
Maybe
ン。
we're underground. Underground.
まあ要するにあの空は偽物で終点橋は厳密には外にあるわけじゃない。ここは巨大なドームの中なんだ。
Giant dome. This country is covered by a dome. It's hard to believe at first, but I've just seen the evidence. Transformable starry skies.
でもどうして国を包み込む必要なんて。
Because the world outside is dead?
僕らにはあまりに敵が多すぎたんだ。
Yeah.
地球の環境は最悪で、その上神の軍勢に四方を囲まれていたからね。
What's army?
神を拒むために僕たちは閉じこもることにしたんだ。天の岩戸に、ドームの中に。ドームの外側には最強のバリアが張り巡らされている。このバリアが健在である限り、いかなる滅びも終点橋には入り込めない。汚染された環境はもちろん、神の軍勢すらも跳ね返す。
The angels are evil.
そしてこのドームを制御しているのが
ヤタということですか？
ご名答。僕があれほど焦っていたわけが分かっただろ。ヤタが止まればこの国は蹂躙されてしまうんだ。僕らの旧敵である神に。
Sworn enemy. When talking about God, Teiko Ian sounds a bit intense, as if he hates God from the bottom of his heart. Shuten Order hated and rejected God. Come to think of it, I think Mikotoru said something like that.
これも終天教という宗教の特殊性でね。彼らが信仰しているのは
To be
神では
fair,
ない。
what kind of being is God? I don't think it's a mythical being up in the sky.
むしろ彼らは神を。
There's no doubt now that the Shuten Order hates God. But then, how can I, the founder, use the power of God? God and I are supposed to be at odds. Speaking of the power of God, Senin Isaki also said something.
神の力？大層なものいいね。あなたの使っているその力って、要するに単なるハッキングでしょ？
The power of God, hacking. It's hard to believe, but Senin Isaki deflected the power of God. The power of God really is just hacking. Then what is God? Wait, what?
まず神の試練とは終天教独自の儀式を指しているんだ。儀式を終えることで君は真によみがえる。その儀式の内容というのが
Strange. If the Shuten Order is against God, then why would a ritual like God's trial exist within it? Was I lied to? Maybe God's trial isn't really a Shuten ritual. Maybe it's a heretic ritual. Questions keep sprouting up. I open my mouth to ask them. In utter shock, my mouth stayed open. I couldn't believe my eyes. I'm getting... Hold on. Days of waiting for my package are finally over, thank you. I could have sworn that maybe they lost it. Did not lose it. Yippee! Sorry about that. Teiko Ion really was crying. Aww. Teiko Ion quietly sheds tears and looks to the sky. He just quietly stares at the stars. No, more than the stars. The many lives lost in this battle. Praying for their souls, a single tear drops from his cheek.
Hi, Fita, thank you for the resub. I'm good. How are you doing?
Like a shooting star. I couldn't think of anything else now. Oh no, I can't do this. Despite his cold demeanor, Teiko Ion really cares about... really cares about others. Oh, there's no way he's the killer. Well, no, probably not.
Not the killer. Not the killer, but also not uninvolved. The question is just how.
The interrogation is over. Objectively, there's a possibility that Teiko Ion is the culprit, but I cannot pursue him any further. Personal feelings aside, I don't have enough information to dig deeper. I can still continue investigating the founder's murder, however. In this case...
テコさんは 幹部の中で誰が一番怪しいと思いますか？
It's probably not you, but who do you think did it? Is also what I like to ask my murder suspects. Hey, if it wasn't you who killed me, then who fucking... who did? Who do you think did it? I'm grasping at straws now. If I can't investigate Tico any further, then I must hurry to the other ministers.
最も疑わしい相手か。そうだな。これは印象論でしかないが。僕は国士官ほのかが怪しいと思ってる。
Why? Honoka Kukuchikan, the Minister of Education.
その理由をお聞きしても。
あいつの腹の内は読めないが、野心を隠そうともしないんだ。あいつが教祖の座を狙っていることは、もはや公然の秘密と言っていい。異教徒から送り込まれたスパイだという噂もある。
Oh wait, the other ministers were suspecting her too.
どうせ空いた教祖の席を狙ってんだろ。
That was so long ago, I don't remember.
それに国士官はなぜか教祖の死の真相を明らかにすることをひどく嫌がっているんだよ。事件の捜査が進んでいないのはそのせいもある。
Even more suspicious. He's trying to hide the truth. Isn't this a done deal now?
テコさん、取り調べに応じてくださってありがとうございました。
I'm not doing her out next, so is it? I bow deeply and thank Tico Ion.
本当はちゃんとお礼をしたいところですが、私、探偵としての仕事が残っているので。
No, I think you're gonna explode.
それじゃあ、またいつか。
Just like on the other
お
one.
元気で。
In my humble opinion. I turn and start running. My goal is the Minister of Education, Honoka Kokushikan.
待て、しもべれ。
Oh. Tico Ian quickly stands in front of me.
今夜くらいは休めないのか。あられが君に会いたがっているんだ。
Well, I'm gonna die, my guy.
パーティーをやりたいらしい。君と大月空の栄光を称えるために。
あられちゃんに会いたい気持ちは山々ですが、私には夜明けまでに事件に決着をつけないと。
My temporary body will disintegrate. I will surely die this time.
そうか。どうしても行くというなら、これ以上引き止めはしないよ。君に伝言を託してもいいか。
伝言？
ああ。僕の友達に会ったら、こう伝えてほしいんだ。
Tico Ian says his message with a mysterious expression.
友へ、君も知っての通り、僕はあまり敬虔なタイプじゃない。宗教国家の幹部なんて職についてはいるが、正直な話、宗天教の教義なんてどうだっていいと思ってる。
Hello?
そう。だから、もしも君がよからぬ力を用いて蘇り、教団すべてを敵に回したとしても。
Tico Ian looks into my eyes.
僕だけは必ず君の味方をする。今度こそ絶対に君の手を離さない。友情に誓って、そう伝えてほしい。
I mean, he only has the one friend, so who else could he be referring to? But the founder. I'm barely holding back my tears. He must know who I am. He's not pursuing it, nor telling anyone. Just quietly encouraging me. Thinking more about his friends than the country. Above all else, I'm happy for this friendship.
伝えます。絶対に。きっとその友達も喜ぶと思います。泣きそうに なるくらいに。
あ、頼む。
Aww. I noticed we were holding hands, like a friendship being reknotted, squeezing, and then we let go.
それじゃ。
They're getting good use out of this one. I run as fast as I can, through the forest without looking back. If I do, I'd never be able to move on. I don't know where Honoka or Kukuskan is. Even if the chances are slim, I will check the Ministry of Education facilities. I'll never give up. I will find my killer and come back to life. Are you sure? Mm-hmm.
ヒメルさん、ミコトルさん。
The angels are running in front of me. Uh-huh. A shortcut to my eternal death?
早く早く。このままだと仮の体が崩壊しちゃうわ。
町は向こうだ。最短距離を突っ走るぞ。
はい。
I'm glad to have the angels by my side. If I follow them, I will reach Honoga Kukuskan. I begin the interrogation as soon as I see Honoga Kukuskan. Horrendous name to pronounce for me. I don't care if I draw suspicion. If push comes to shove, I'll use the power of God to make them talk. I ponder a bit while riding behind the angels. Should I ask them about who they are? And why God is helping his enemy, the founder of the SHUTEN Order? Like, is God's trial really a ritual for reviving me? Honestly, can I really trust him? No! The power of God determined that Tiko Ion was the culprit. The angel said the power of God is never wrong, but my intuition says Tiko Ion is not the murderer. Is my intuition wrong? Or did the power of God lie? What is the power of God anyway?
神の力、大層なものいいね。あなたの使っているその力って単なるハッキングでしょ。
Himeru, Mikotoru, God, the power of God, what are they? But I couldn't say it. I was too scared to find out. It seems like the existence of Reishi Mobe would fundamentally overturn everything. I find out later. First, I need to revive. I will solve the founder's murder and come back, for the sake of everyone who perished today. I don't think you're gonna get very far. Abandoned gas station. Okay. I run for the forest chasing after the angels. Oh yeah, that is definitely abandoned. Finally we reached the city.
やっと町に出ました。
But of course there are no cabs at this hour.
ここからどうやって移動しましょう。文部省ってここから近いんですか？ヒメルさん？ミコトルさん？
They're gonna fucking kill you!
レイちゃんはもう走らなくていいんだよ。
え？それってどういう？
レイはもう十分に頑張ったという意味だ。
Why do I keep losing my headphones? Sorry, 1 second.
姫たちもね、辛いんだよ。今回のレイちゃん、本当に頑張ってたから。
レイ、ここまで君を連れてきたのはせめてもの恩情だと思ってほしい。
Why?
恩情？二人ともさっきから何を言って。
レイちゃん、ここね、大月クーが生まれ育った場所なんだって。
は？
クー君がここで？でもどうして今？
ここならレイちゃんも寂しくないと思って調べるの大変だったのよ。
苦労して探したんだ。今回の君にふさわしい。 終わりの場所を。
Yeah, they're gonna fucking kill us! I finally understand. They mean my time's up. Thinking about it, I should have expected it. Find the one who murdered the founder by dawn? That's not possible. Still. No, you can get insta-death. If it was just my life, then whatever. But this life, it's not just mine. Who gave this to me? Oh. It's always fire, huh? The sound of a fire being lit. I'm engulfed in flames. I can't even scream. My throat is burning. I try to reach out, but the flames pull me back.
レイちゃんの死は決して無駄ではないわ。レイちゃんの魂は聖火のように引き継がれ続いていくの。姫たちがさようなら。レイちゃん、愛してるわ。
They're actually
会いましょう。
not showing us their true faces. I'm surprised. Unfortunately for them, I already know that they're not actually on my side, so Those are the last words I hear. I soon stop feeling the heat as well. All my senses vanish. The remnants of my mind will soon disappear, but it is not over. I still have my resolve. I can't waste Ku's soul, which I took in. So, no matter how many times I die, I will surely rise again. And two pieces. Yippee! To be continued. It says newer on there. Oh, yeah, okay, you just start here again. That's interesting. I do wish they would put you at the exact spot where you just choose who you want to. Oh my god. Who you want to do, because having to play through this entire beginning sequence is annoying as hell. There we go. Wow! Big wing to try and do her next apparently, but I already said I would do Justice next. Maybe you should just go from left to right. This was the longest, this is second longest, and this is third longest apparently, but we're getting somewhere. Hi Spooky, good evening. I mean, let's go look into it at least. But I'm not, frankly, I'm not gonna get really fully started on this route. I'm just happy we managed to finish our second one finally. Detective adventure. After a wealthy man dies, leaving behind a huge fortune, Shiro Inugami reveals the shocking contents of the will to the family. Thus beginning a spat of serial murders. In order to get him to confess, you must first solve the case. The Ghost-Wide Arbitrator. He reminds me of Hypnosis Microphone Hifumi, but like in a very bad way. It's like if this guy started talking to me, RL, I would run for my life, I think.
犬神騎士る。それで間違いないんだね。
はい、そうだと思います。
姉ちゃんがそう言うなら間違いないわ。それじゃあ早速自白させに行くわよ。早く。
決めてしまった。もしかしたらその人を殺すことになるかもしれない。
Let's make it out of the hotel at least. I think that would be a good stopping point.
で、そいつはどこにいるの？
通常であれば法務省の本部にいるはずだが。
今さらこんなことを聞くのもなんですけど、法務省って何をするところなんですか？
Apparently even worse than the prison in beating up people.
そうだな。一応簡単に説明しておこう。法務省は終点教団を支える5つの柱の一つで、主に教団内での法を司る部署だ。教団員が平和に暮らしていくためのルール作りや、それに違反した者の処罰を決める。そのトップに立つのが教団幹部の一人。性格は自由気ままで自分勝手。捉えどころのない奔放な言動が目立つ。
Why does he look like that?
しかし博識で柔軟な思考の持ち主でもあり、教団内の揉め事を解決させたら右に出る者はいない。彼を知る者はその風貌や仕事ぶりから彼を白亜の長兄者と呼ぶ。この国においては裁判官でもあり、弁護士でもあり、検事でもあるといったところかな。
Doesn't seem very
つま
fair.
りこの町のルールそのものってことですよね。
Judge, jury, and executioner more like.
あまり関わりたくないな。
幹部会議では彼が君の死体を初めに見つけたと言っていたな。
第一発見者ってことは犯人ね。間違いないわ。
でも彼は否定していましたよ。
犯人が簡単に認めるわけないでしょ。早く捕まえないと逃げちゃうわ。もたもたしてらんない。法務省の本部に急ぐ。
Okay.
そんなに慌てなくても。
そうそう、マスクを忘れるなよ。それから前にも言ったが、教団関係者の前で素性を明かすのは厳禁だ。君はあくまで教祖殺害事件を嗅ぎつけた私立探偵という設定だからね。これは一回きりのチャンス。我々に失敗は許されないんだ。
Let me check something real quick. This one. This one is better.
教祖の殺害について切り出すのも用心深くタイミングを見計らった方がいいだろ
う。でもどう考えても罪を認めるとは思えませんよ。何か証拠でもあれば別ですけど。
それなら物証を突きつけるしかないな。
物証？そんなものどこに？
犯人は今もそれを隠し持っているはずだ。まだ発見されていない死体の一部、つまり君の胴体よね。
Sorry, 1 second. Hello, body. Please calm down. I would like to finish reading this part and then we're gonna end anyway. Don't end me. Excuse me. The one thing that makes me slightly upset, and that is unfortunately the case in a lot of games where they give you the choice to just start with whatever route you want. The beginning of each round is the exact same because they're like, oh, this could be the first one you're starting with because they're not enforcing a specific order. which is to the detriment of most of these games all the time, because it's boring. This is the third time we're reading the beginning, and it's just like, oh yeah, ooh, you need to go out there, you need to get a taxi, you need to find the person, and then at some point the actual route starts. It's yeah. You're rooting for my survival. I appreciate it, thank you. I think I managed to, for some reason, swallow too much air with my water. Ugh, and my lungs are not fans. Or maybe not. My lungs would be fans of air, but my stomach is not.
話し合いで解決できないなら、死体の隠し場所を暴いて追求するのも一つの手だ。
そう簡単に行けばいいですけど、自分の死体を見つけなきゃいけないなんて頭がおかしくなりそう。
You're fine.
ブツブツ愚痴ってる暇はないわ。とっとと犯人を捕まえに出発するよ。
This is spooky. I hope you're feeling better.
目指すは法務省本部ね。
The funny 3D model is so... Okay. 167. 6, 7. You can't breathe any of the first. Oh god. I fear you may have taken my ability to breathe with you. Oh my god. What the fuck? Oh, I have tears in my eyes. Oh, excuse me. I can see the cityscape in the distance. Oh my god. Enough. Okay, nothing about this changed, okay? Is this because I was so gleeful about being like, oh yeah, Dave's gonna die anyway, ha ha ha? Oh my goodness. Well, let's take that fucking taxi and see where it will lead us. And then I'm gonna end stream because apparently I'm dying. Help. Hey. Oh, middle of the city, okay. Oh, whoa. Many people. It's the perfect vitamin R every time. I'm also so happy. Wait, okay, hold on 1 second. I'm also extremely happy. I need to. Where do I have it? This one. No. Sorry. Speaking of, Shirota, before going on the big hiatus, made this drawing for me, which is so cute. I'm so happy. Like, you just get a random message on Discord and it's like, hey, I do something for you before I go on hiatus. I'm like, oh my god, thank you. That's so cute. It's so tasty. I love the colors so much. So lovely. Alright. Yummy. I like I like calling art tasty. I will eat it. Yum, 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 yum. No, if the stream was so cute. I am sorry. I'm dying actually. I am fueled by the what's the word? We finally finished the second route, so we can start our third one, and I'm doing just that right now. I'm very happy. We're finally getting somewhere in this game. Yay! That's what I'm fueled with. The no, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, I guess the happiness, but that's not the word I'm looking for. Excuse me, I wish to meet Minister Inugami. Sorry, but could you ask at the reception? He's always doing his own thing, so most of the staff don't know where he is either. I wonder what he's doing. He's sharp and reliable in emergencies, but his everyday behavior can be... I wish he'd follow his own rules of the Ministry of Justice more. Oops. Forget what I just said, though that is the common consensus. Makes sense. Your bestie was obsessed? Oh, nice. Because, unfortunately, I'm like... so far, like, I'm invested now. I still need to see where exactly the game is gonna go, but I feel like it gets held back by a lot of unnecessary padding, and it takes a very long time to get to the interesting bits, unfortunately. Because the general build-up of the game is very interesting. I like it. But it just takes so long. And it's not a nice time spent on it. It's like, this could have been done in like half the time, and maybe it would have been a little more snazzy. But still, we're here. We're going to finish it. You've been running around a lot. What's wrong? Sorry, it's my first time here. What? Oh? Oh? No, they can arrest you if you keep acting suspicious. Keep it down. What happens then? Either fine or imprisonment. Imprisonment? In a cell? But then Yup, you'd run out of time, and your temporary body will dissolve, so be careful. Why are you mumbling about imprisonment in cells? Nothing, it's nothing. Oh, the reception is that way. Okay, I'll head there real quick. Bye now. What's this guy? They're red exotic again. They're not making our jobs easy. Are you going to arrest them? No, that's the Ministry of Security's job. We investigate and decide on a punishment. That said, heretics are so destructive nowadays that they're easily identifiable. As the indictment is already final, we'll update the list, decide on the punishment. It's all too much, just damn heretics. Being a heretic is a serious crime here, it seems. Punishment is severe, so they must have been doing stuff behind the scenes. They've been very active lately, and I heard they've been forcing people to join. That might have something to do with your murder, Ray. We better hurry, the entire country's at stake. Oh my god, my throat is also at stake. Excuse me, do you know anything about Inugami? The Minister of Justice, of course, though I've never met him. He has it easy, he just leaves the boring work to his subordinates and secretaries. Well, he does the work that interests him. What's more, he used his position to change the law to get some grey drugs legally. Is it okay to badmouth the minister like that? Sure it is, everyone does it. What's such a fool in charge of the Ministry of Justice? What was the founder on? Some of those grey drugs, maybe. And with that, I wish you a happy new end. Let's celebrate the coming of the end again.
Happy new end.
Alright, yeah. Hello. I didn't even ask you anything yet.
要件があればお伝えしておきますが。いえ、結構です。もしかして逃げたんじゃない？やっぱりあいつが犯人だったのよ。
Maybe he's just having fun.
困ったな。探し回ってる時間なんてない。
Let's on first. You earn nothing.
彼がいそうな場所を当たってみるしかないな。今まで手に入れた情報からどこか心当たりはないか？
心当たりですか？
Central Park, he's probably goofing off. From what everyone is saying, he's probably goofing off.
そういえば、
Oh, no, he's checking out the crime scene. Never mind. He was like, he's goofing off, whatever.
彼が検事でもあるなら、そこで事件の捜査をしてる可能性もあります。
なかなか悪くない洞察だ。教祖よりも探偵の方が性に合ってるんじゃないか？
そもそも教祖だった頃の自分がどうだったのか知りませんけど。
中央公園に出発。
Does anyone else know the animated children's series? I forgot her name. That takes place in the Central Park. In America's Central Park. Where the main character is an orange-haired girl who apparently grew up there. In the Central Park. She lives in the Central Park. It was on German TV. I watched it when I was a child, and to this day I still don't know if she actually grew up there, if she was abandoned, what exactly happened, and I can't remember what it's called. Because every time I hear Central Park, Tupu. What was that? French Canadian. French Canadian originally. Interesting. The Wikipedia page is not very long. The German one at least. Maybe the English one. Okay, she got lost. She was lost as a baby in Central Park and no one actually came looking for her. That's why she was raised by the animals. They never reveal her parents. What? Okay, sure. Yeah, that sounds like something I watched as a child on TV. Okay. Anyway, let's go to Central Park. Yoo-hoo! Let's go to Central Park. Working. The 3D one was so fucking funny. There's not a single piece of trash here. It seems this place is well taken care of. Say so. Okay. What about this? You start to have a monster's mouth on this. How are you supposed to feel going on it? It's so fun! I don't think children are bothered as much by this. How can I check the thing on the left? Ah! This light has such a psychedelic look. Everything in here has a kind of psychedelic look? I don't know.
フェンスがあって中に入れない。改修工事につき立ち入り禁止？
君の事件の影響だな。工事というのは建前で証拠保全のために現場周辺を封鎖したんだろう。
これじゃ入れませんね。
こんなの蹴っ飛ばして入ればいいじゃん。
そんなことしたら怪しまれちゃいますよ。
Ow! What the fuck?
大丈夫？レイちゃん。なんなの今の。姫より急いでるじゃん。
At least she's aware.
あの人何か落としていった。何これ？
おい、お前。
It's not me.
誰か走ってこなかったか？
Yes.
たった今向こうに。
待て。こいつが持ってる草じゃないか。
本当だ。よくも。
Fuck! No, it's not me. It's not me.
Please.
これ私の
I'm
じゃ
not dealing.
そんな簡単に言わないでください。相手は一般人ですよ。だから何？
何？
もたもたしてるから間に合わない。逃げるしかないわ。
なんで私ばっかりこんな目に。
They can't catch a break. I do feel sorry for her.
おい、逃げるな。待て。
Bye. Ooh, okay.
ダメだ。もう逃げ場がない。よりにもよってあの気持ち悪い象の足元に追い詰められるなんて。
I hope there's going to be some kind of fucked up reveal about the statue, because it is weird, and I do not want to be standing under the butt cheeks of a statue like this. No, thank you.
どうしよう。
It wasn't me. You have the wrong person.
私は何もしてません。人違いなんです。これも拾っただけで。
俺たちの草を横流ししてどれだけ儲けたんだ。
どこに流してるのか。
I'm not.
正直に喋って。
I'm not the dealer.
草とか横流しとか、一体何のことを言ってるのか。
とりあえず逃げられないように足をへし折ってやる。
Oh, sorry.
うるさいな。君たち、ちょっと静かにしてくれないかな。
Wait. It's been too long. I know I looked up his voice before, and I was like, who the fuck is this? And I've already forgotten again. Daisuke Ono. Right. Sense. Of course, you would know Daisuke Ono if you've watched like literally any anime ever.
誰だ。
せっかく楽しい夢を見ていたのに、私の幸せな時間を台無しにしてくれたのは君たちか。
誰だてめえ。
おい、大丈夫か。
あ、うっかり投げちゃった。まあいっか。
Hit first, ask questions later.
あなたは法務省幹部
Oh,
の。
look how smug he is. Look at him.
ん？君は知り合いだったかな。
いえ、犬神に会えたのはいいけど、どうしよう。
Talk about the incident.
いきなり事件のことを切り出す。
Yeah, might as well.
それとももう少し様子を伺って。
おや、君。
バレた。
なんだか素敵な匂いがす
I
る。
was about to joke. Oh, you smell good, but that's actually what he does. Ew.
どうしたお前ら。何があった。
いや、お仲間が現れたよ
お前は教団幹部の犬神。ここで一体何があった。
うだ。ひーふーひー。たくさんいるな。最近ますます異教徒の数が増えてるみたいだね。
We're getting some, yeah.
この人たちが。
I doubt that, unfortunately.
すごい数。どうしよう。
You do nothing.
これくらいの人数で私に勝てると思ったら大間違いだよ。なぜなら私には勝利のセオリーが見えているからね。
fight!
すな
Fight! Sorry.
逃げるが勝ち
Hello?
連中に捕まりたくなければじっとしておきなよ
Something tells me he's using that cane just for fun. And not because he actually needs it if he can pick us up that easily.
ちょうどいいところに車がある
Bro.
異教徒たちの車かな
Hello!
拝借しようさあ君は助手席へ
はい。
鍵がかかってるまあ当然か
Just smash the window, whatever.
奴らが来ちゃいますよ。車は置いて走って逃げましょう。
ほら開いたさあ乗って
でも鍵がなくちゃ動かせないんじゃ。
ああこういう場合にこそセオリーというものが
Did they leave the leave the key in?
あれ映画では大体ここにあるんだけど、ここにもないそこにもない
こんなことしてる間にあいつらが来ちゃう。そうだ前にロボットを動かした時みたいに神の力
Right.
でこの
Sure. Let's hack the car.
でも車を動かせる AI で制御されているならもしかしたら
Might as well try, right?
一か八かやってみるしかない。
Let's do it. You wouldn't hack a car. You wouldn't download a car. You wouldn't pray to God to hack a car. You run away from drug dealers.
できた。
仕方ないこうなったら古来から伝わるセオリーに従ってみるか言うことを聞かない機械は
Smack it. Yeah, of course.
こうして動かす
Well,
お
I gotta say, this is a good start to the route. It's definitely getting me interested.
さあ奴らが来る前に乗って
Why is everyone in this game so wacky?
おかしなことに巻き込まれたけど結果的に犬神キシルと二人きりになることができた。問題はこの後だ。どうやって自白を引き出せばいいだろう。当初の予定通り私立探偵として競争殺しを探っていることを伝える。その前にまずは車を止めてもらわないと。彼が犯人だとしたら事件の話を切り出した途端表変する可能性だってあるし、逃げ出す準備はしとかなきゃ。また殺されるのだ
Yeah,
けはごめんだ。
he hasn't asked us why the hell we were at the crime scene yet.
助かりました。ありがとうございます。それで私そろそろこの辺で降りたいんですけど。
君名前は
しもべレイです。
知らない名前だな。なんとなくどこかで会った気はするんだけど。であんなところで何をやってたの？中央公園は今立ち入り禁止だったはず。
I was running for my life.
実は私私立探偵をやってまして。
私立探偵？本当に？この町にまだ私立探偵なんていたんだ。いや奇遇だな。実は私も昔は私立探偵をやっていた時期があってね。もちろん志していたのは正義のために悪と戦うかっこいい探偵
I'm not gonna lie, I think
ってやつだ。
I genuinely think what used up the most of the budget of this game has to be all of the voice actors they got. I can't explain it otherwise.
でもある日気づいてしまったんだ。正義なんてものは片一方の主張でしかない。立場が変われば悪にすり替わることもある。それを知った途端なんだかやる気なくしちゃってね。 すっかり現実逃避だけが趣味になってしまったよ。それで
I'm investigating a murder. My own.
その前に車を止めて話しませんか？
ああ、もしかしてさっきから君がポケットの中でいい匂いさせてるそれ？
What?
それについて調べてたんじゃないの？
え？
そう、それ。
The weed?
異教徒の間で出回っている違法薬物だね。それにしても草とは原始的だな。最近では高度な生成技術で作られたウイルスという液体の薬物が主流らしいけど。
そうか、犬神は私がこれを調べていたと勘違いしているんだ。この勘違いを利用するのもありかも。そうなんです、実は薬物を調べていて。
なるほどね、納得したよ。それで異教徒たちから襲われていたわけか。それが何の種類の草なのか。
Don't smell too hard.
少し私の手に出してみて。
はい。
Brother, you're driving.
これが雨の匂いに似ているというものもいる。私にはよくわからないが、とにかくいい。どれ、もう少し確認してみよう。
食べた。
ほう、なるほど。見えてきた。
Why is he just eating it straight up? Ew.
なんてことないよ。慣れてるから全然平気。
Maybe the cane is not for sure.
ほらごらんよ。宇宙のセオリーが見えてきた。この道は
Maybe the cane is not for sure. Maybe he is abusing drugs for pain relief.
もうすぐ答えにたどり着くぞ。我々は何のために生き、何のために死ぬのか。
ちょっと危ない。
Oh, he is a wacko. Okay.
一緒に答えを見つけに行くとしもべレイ君。銀河の回転速度に振り落とされるなよ。いやー、目が覚めたね。世界が輝いて見えるよ。
What a fucked up guy. Okay, you know what? With the Yahoo, we're gonna end for tonight. That's a great place to stop. Yahoo, we're finally on our third route, which is the last one. That is apparently longish. Like, I don't know, around 8 hours. So, because I'm reading it out loud and we have all of the voice lines run, maybe 10. So maybe 3 streams. 4 streams, probably. I don't know. We'll try. But we're getting somewhere. He's promising to be an interesting one for sure, though, because what the actual fuck is up with that guy? Because I'm in such a great mood now, I'm gonna send you guys over to Momoka, because Momoka is not having the best of times, so maybe we can go cheer her up a little bit. She's playing Ocarina of Time, but with a randomizer. Which technically should not necessarily spoil anyone, because if it's a randomizer, there's just, I don't know, whatever going on in there. Not that I would know, I've not played a single Zelda game. Well, we're gonna end here. We're not at a full 3 hours, but we at least made it through that one route, and we started on the next one, so I'll take that as a win. I'm gonna drink some more water so my throat feels better, hopefully. And I will try to stream tomorrow as well, because I won't be able to stream on the weekend, because I won't be home on the weekend. So hopefully tomorrow work won't completely kill me and we can stream as well. But now though, thank you so much for coming by tonight. I wish you all a very, very good night. I'll see you soon. Good night and bye.
バイバイ。バイバイバイ。